Transcendence is an ambitious film both visually and thematically. It seeks to address one of the fundamental issues of our time, which is the cost versus the benefits of explosive technological advance. The story follows Johnny Depp as Dr. Will Castor, an artificial intelligence researcher who calls what many of us refer to as the singularity, transcendence. Castor's wife, Evelyn, played by Rebecca Hall, is a vocal advocate for the good that sentient machines can do in the world, while their close colleague and friend, Max Waters, who's played by Paul Bettany, has severe reservations about endowing a computer with its own consciousness. When an anti-tech extremist group shoots Will in an attempt to prevent transcendence, Evelyn and Max upload his mind into a pre-existing AI system. Things move pretty quickly after that in what becomes a paradoxically kinetic and plotting tale, the focus of which is Will's evolution into a near-omnipotent digital deity whose goal is to heal the world. The price of his powers of rejuvenation is individual autonomy. In other words, the entirety of nature, including the people who inhabit it, must come under Will's control in order to benefit from his power. This film asks legitimately interesting questions which are to some degree answerless, and that can make for a great story that sparks discussion. Unfortunately, Transcendence feels more disjointed than evocative. There is no real clarity to the passage of time, and things that should take years appear to happen in a matter of weeks. Decisions with global implications are made rashly and without a long-term plan. Transcendence is full of intriguing ideas, but it's equally full of logical errors. On the whole, a coherent execution is sacrificed for the sake of fulfilling a premise. Having said that, the film remains in many ways an entertaining science fiction yarn. Depp and Hall turn in strong performances, and there's an effective love story at the core. Though he's essentially a godlike machine for the bulk of the film, Depp is actually more human here than we've seen him be in years. If you're a fan of the genre, the concepts explored are intriguing, even if the ideas are imperfectly expressed. As to the ultimate message of the piece, by the time the credits roll, Transcendence seems to have turned in on itself, and what at first appears to be a cautionary tale about technology suddenly becomes a condemnation of our inclination to prize individual liberty above the well-being of the collective. In some ways, that creates a muddled affair. In others, it's an interesting reflection of a world that, as Carl Sagan said, is driven by but does not understand technology. The film's final word on the matter isn't one we hear very often in our culture, and in that way, it's actually kind of valuable.
Can you prove that you are self-aware?
That's a difficult question, Dr. Tagger. Can you prove that you are?